We're now after the Dr. Joe retreat, and we will still share for the last few days that we have experienced. Next, we want to share day 7 of his special 10-day retreat. It was a little shorter day because he gave us the afternoon off to enjoy the sun and the beach. And the following day we started at 10 a.m., so we also had some time for us. We were going through a body electric teaching, which is one of his meditations that he has developed, because he shared with us the experience when he was at one point meditating and he felt that his whole body became electric. He felt like something put him into the socket.
Light socket.
To the light socket, and he could just feel the electricity in his entire body. And there is actually a book that is called The Body Electric from Robert Becker, and I'm reading that at the moment, and he has made all these experiments in the past about amphibians which can regrow tails and limbs, like arms and legs.
Tails and everything.
And he found out that the reason why they were able to regrow it is because of the electrical current in their bodies. And then where the book is going,
I'm holding the stative, so
yes,
just
you're doing great.
Yeah.
We have video stabilization also.
Okay.
So where the book is going next is to discover if humans would be able to regrow tissue and limbs
And
through the electric current. So Dr. Joe was sharing that this electric current is a healing energy, and we don't have to create it, we don't have to make it up, but it is simply there. The electrical current is always in our body, and with the specific meditation, with our intention to become aware of our body electric, we can experience it and we can feel that current that is able to heal us.
Yeah, you always know when you are charged and somebody next to you is charged and you touch each other, then you just have a little electricity between you. So that's also the possibility to see, to observe your body electric.
And also when you rub your hands together, and you pull it apart, and you just
also can
tune
feel
into it, you can feel that tingling sensation, this electricity.
You just make the atoms spin a bit faster, or vibrate a bit faster. So it's a bit warmer and creates warmth and also this electric charge.
Yes. And in the morning we were also doing a walking meditation, which was called Walking as the Mystic, which was super interesting because I did that meditation before and I just, did it, walking meditation, all right. But he said he really wants us to walk like a person that has had a mystical experience, an unknown experience, and the energy is completely different than when I simply just tune into having one in the future.
We just basically were motivated the whole event to be already counting on that. The miraculous and mystical can happen in our life all the time already, like we are already experiencing it in meditations and so on. We don't have to wait, we don't have to, it's something like with mystical and with transformation and so on. We are programmed to live in the future all the time. We want to save money to buy a house, or we want to save money to buy a good vacation. And it's like he motivates us to basically live like we are already living in that house, which means like house of the mystical, like this energy. We can already embody it, we can call it to us, we can really make contact with it and relationship with it, and it can become us and we become it. That's what Dr. Joe teaches, and it's very great to remind ourselves all the time that a lot of mystical things are happening, and it doesn't have to be like always from the movies, it can be just regular things which we are not able to even highlight during our day. For example, we had some animals being very close to us while we meditated, and it's very mystical. It's very, you can then see mystical in anything. You just open up for it, and you will see it in all areas in your life.
Why do you think that the mystical is something that is worthwhile to tune into or to put attention to? Because that's a question that I ask myself. Why would I be interested in the mystical when I just can manifest my dreams?
I don't know.
For me, after these 10 days, it is now a greater awareness of that reality that we perceive is like 0.0000001% of what reality truly is. We can only perceive the rainbow of light. Everything that reflects light is what we are able to see and perceive, and we think this is all there is. But with our third eye or our pineal gland, we can see unknown dimensions and have mystical experiences, which Dr. Joe always said that whenever you have one, it will change you forever. And I understand it better because this is who we truly are. And why not would we, after we came here and we forgot who we are and
Came on the planet, this body, in this physical reality.
Yes.
That's what he means.
Yes, to remember that there are infinite dimensions and that we are eternal beings. Why not would we want to have this experience and experience it?
I was actually thinking about mystical, it's something uncovered beyond the veil, and you don't really know what's there and why it's there, but there's something hidden from you, and we are programmed to basically just perceive very small spectrum of reality, which means that we are only sensitive to certain frequencies, and everything beyond these frequencies is not us. It's not considered as ours, and something which we shouldn't be concerned about. But we also can perceive radio waves and TV antenna waves and Röntgen. If you get X-rays. And
but
we
they're
work
still
with
there,
these,
and we know that they're there.
Yeah, and nobody knows. And also, when orcas communicate underneath the water, in the sea and ocean, they also send some frequency, and you can hear much better underwater certain frequencies. So it's all mystical, and it just basically takes you to the higher levels of consciousness, or different levels of consciousness, where you can just take a look in there, and then it broadens your spectrum of understanding of this whole concept of the 3D world, and it can change you so much that interaction with yourself, like people interact with basically themselves, their future selves, or somebody who is themselves but in a different reality, and those people can heal themselves because of that interaction. They can just immediately in one meditation heal their body, and they have no problems after that. Because I met one person already in other retreat, and he said to me, I saw me several times, so many times I saw me, I left my body in a meditation, and now they healed me, and I came back into my body, and I don't have to use my corticoids anymore. I can breathe normally. He had severe asthma, and there are so many people saying these stories that they saw themselves, and it's like form or version of future self. And because we are tuning into unknown with Dr. Joe, we are seeing things which are unknown to us. So when we start to do meditations, it's usually undercover for us. We can't see anything, we just see black. Everything is black. But then it starts to come with these non-visual, more like telepathic information to you that there is something more, and if you are willing to contact it, then it's going to see that you're interested, and it starts to contact you too, and this energy is going to just be stronger and stronger. You just build like a bigger road or highway to this energy, and it's going to be much more, you know, then you can do this connection, or you can have these mystical experiences all the time. That's what people do after that. And it changes them, it guides them, it heals them, and that's why it's very important to have a mystical experiences, because we are not what we think we are. We don't see the truth as it is, because we just see a small spectrum of truth. We think we are our physical bodies, but we are not. We are much more, and this is what mystical uncovers, unveils. It basically opens up new perspective of the perception of who we are. Oh my gosh, I spoke so long.
Very well explained.
I spoke so long.
Very well. I wanted to add something, but then you already said it.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and then we had another healing that day. It was our third coherence healing, and they're always really special and really powerful. And yeah, the lady that I was giving healing to, I had her three days in a row, and we were a group of 8 people who were sending healing to her, and she really changed completely. She was, after the third healing, like, oh, I didn't think it could get any better after yesterday.
She was very humble.
But she was just, she said, I'm so happy, I feel so good. She immediately got up. The first day she was struggling a lot to get up, and she was like, wow, I'm new, it's different, and she's just so grateful for this. And yeah.
But you know, when you heal, when you're trying to heal, and when you get healing, like I did also in these meditations, and Raphael also got healing, we all had a healing in this event, because Dr. Joe organized it with his team, so we all experienced that. Even though you are healing and you get healing and you heal, sometimes it happens that the environment and people in your life, and if you go back to the same old, what created your problems, because, you know, when you are triggered the same way, you respond the same way, you live the same way, and all these same circuits in your brain are fired and wired and used, then they create the same outcomes, which could be the 3D problem or the disease, you know. And then, for example, this lady was amazing, and this connection is just boosted by the healing, but you can also heal at home. But be careful after your healing, or if you are healing at home, you will see that the people around you are no longer your vibrational match. There was actually a lady with her, and we saw that even though she is on a Dr. Joe's retreat, there is no vibrational match between them. They have to, sooner or later, when she will be, either they will catch up and they will be on the same level and they will be friends, or otherwise she will just have to leave her, and she will just have to go her way to heal.
She would otherwise have to lower her vibration again to that person, because she was very toxic.
Yeah, because you make connections with people who have same vibrations. And in these events also it can happen that there are people on their journey, and they are not yet on that open-hearted level, even though the group is moving, you know, everybody's just evolving together, and people are really amazing and beautiful there. It could happen that there can be somebody who is still hesitant to open their heart, and then you can see it, how it affects other people in their life when they go back. So it's not like ultimate recipe for everything. These events, you have to do the work on yourself every single moment of your life, because you just, you know, it's a nice boost for 10 days, then it lasts for a few weeks or month, but then the work has to come in place, and you have to really work and read and educate yourself and observe and be present every single moment of your life.
Until the change that you are making is really natural for you, that you don't even have to think about it anymore. Because you can't really heal if you don't change.
And some people healed because their intention for meditations and their life was that they will keep their body in a balance. And they said, for next half year, I'll just keep my body in harmony and in balance. And they did the blessing of the energy centers meditations, which is basically that they put energy into all their centers and they basically build this light pillar. They align these energies from the first center, like the chakras, you know, like in Indian culture, they call it chakras. And then when these are aligned and the energy centers are like very well taken care of, then it's person is healed, person is healthy, and you can just thrive because there is no energy leaking anywhere. But it takes courage, it takes work, it takes constant reminder and learning and relearning and remembering. Yeah.
Day 8, we were starting with the walking meditation body electric, which was like the laying down version, and we blessed the energy centers and we tune into the electric current in our bodies, which was really wonderful. And when I was on that beach doing the walking meditation, I could become aware of the electricity in my body, but I need to acknowledge it, because I could also say, that's normal, you know, but no, it is actually electricity and I can sense it. And later we had some teaching about dimensions, and something which is still with me today and which has really changed my perspective of creating and manifesting is that about parallel universes. That I used to think, if I want to manifest something, for example me having a certain car, then I would imagine, okay, that's how it has to look, and I have to now create it with my thought and with my intention and really feel it and sense it. I have to basically create it out of thin air. But the way I understand it now is that there is right now a reality where I have that car with all the emotions and thoughts that come along with it. It already exists, which makes it much easier for me to create, because then I only have to move from one dimension to another, and it's right now. Like that person who has that car is also sitting here right now. I don't know if that makes sense, but it really helps me, because it makes it a lot easier. I don't have to create it anymore with my mind. It's already there.
It's a bit like for the people who know maybe his boxes meditations, it's already existing. This potential, it's already existing in a quantum field, because he uses quantum theory, you know, and it's already existing, that you have the car and you just, with your heart opening and with the elevated emotions, you just contact this and draw it to yourself, to you. With the brain sends the signals out, which is the thought, and the heart, the feelings, draws the event to you, or the having the car to you, or this dimension where it's manifesting to you.
Yes.
So it's very amazing, and people are doing very nice, crazy nice things with it.
Mm-hmm. And then he was also reminding us that it is so important that we feel worthy, because universe only gives us what we think we are worthy of receiving. And the way we start to feel worthy is by just showing up for ourselves. You know, worthiness is a concept that we have been programmed to think, okay, I worked really hard, therefore I'm worthy, or I have accomplished these things, therefore I'm worthy. And that's not how it works in universe. When we look at our dog, she was just worthy by simply being. With her presence, she's worthy. We look at her and we feel with our heart we want to give her anything.
She felt worthy all the time.
And that's true worthiness. And every animal in nature, every plant in nature, they feel worthy. And we have somehow made it complicated for us and think that we have to work hard for it. And the way he said that we will feel worthy naturally is by continuously choosing us. We still decide, okay, I'm showing up for me. I make the time for me. I change. I like every day.
I'm interested to grow, yeah.
Yes, I'm committed to show up for me.
And also, this plant behind us is alive, right?
Mhm.
And she's like not doubting if she's able or if she's worthy to have sunlight or not. She knows it's her birthright. She knows she can't grow without being worthy to receive, and she's receiving. She's not even, of course, she's not even thinking about it, but you know, she's just open and receiving the sunlight. So because she knows it's essential for this one to grow. And that's how we are supposed to receive from the universe the gifts which there are for us, and we still don't feel that we worked enough or we tried enough or we were not good girls or good boys enough, you know, and we should work harder and to do everything much tougher and you know, and have a more busy schedule to just prove ourselves that we are really worthy. So somebody, when they point at you that you are doing well, you're too happy or too wealthy or you have too nice car, you can say, oh, but I am sick because I worked too much, or I have no family because I worked too much, because that's why I didn't, that's why I deserve it. And those people who can say then, okay, so it calmed me down, they are still on my same vibrational level, and that's how we are rolling here in this 3D reality, and it's not very nice. And part of us, inside of us, is still judging this, and it's still expecting this. Even though we are spiritual, I am, for example, observing myself, and I have to still like feel that I have to deliver something to somebody when somebody gives me something. You know, I still feel that I am owning to that person. I have to also accept and surrender and just receive what I'm given to, because I am worthy, and that's what I'm learning too now.
And instead of doing the work and doing the meditations to say every day, oh, I have to now do it and then I will be worthy. I have to meditate and then I'll be worthy. And then you think after 3 years meditating every day, I worked so hard, why hasn't it happened? No, the energy is that it's from the heart, that we say every day, hey, this is for me, I show up.
What about this, so you don't...
I show up for me, I choose me today. It's coming from the heart. And by doing this, we already feel worthy.
Mm-hmm.